You're
I got to
right,
get out of
right.
Red Springs. So where am I going? I'm going to Fayetteville State? Am I going to Central? Where am I going? I decided to go to Central because my uncle, he decided to go to Central in '69. So
Mm.
I followed him. I'm like, yeah, gotta have safety and security with my uncle being up here. So I decided to come to Central. And when he told me it was 17 girls to every one man, I said I can make it work. I can make that work.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So
So
high
do you feel
up.
stuck in that
I'm so
position? Do you feel like
deja vu. I've been here before. Say come back down to earth. Resist the urge. Still no break. On this court. Let's die. Even more. Go for broke. Hustle hard. Beat it up. On the floor. On the floor. Go for broke. Hustle hard. Beat it up. On the floor. On the floor.
Welcome to another Let's Dream Big, the CTA podcast. I am your host, Mark Thompson, your interview expert, here with another banging podcast with my brother from another mother, Mr. Jamie Lamont Patterson. Young sir, how are you today, sir?
Doing well, Mark. Thank you for having me up here, man. This is dope.
Man, I had to have you on here. I switched some things up. I left Fayetteville. And I said, I'm going to come to Durham and kind of showcase these Durham entrepreneurs that I know. It's a lot more
Right.
out there,
It's
but
tons
there's
of
a few Durham it's a ton of you. But I said, let me just do a quick segment where I can get some folks that I know personally have played football. Where we meet? On the football field? Flag football? Probably out there doing some silly stuff.
No, we met at Travis Melvin's house, man.
You sure?
On Mondays.
We probably
Sir,
have. It's so
Now
many.
we did play flag football. We did
Yeah.
play flag football. I stopped playing because I didn't have no health insurance. I'm like, what am I doing out here? And remember that dude broke his finger? I was like, I need to go
Oh,
home.
yeah.
Be an
You're
entrepreneur. I
right.
had no health insurance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, this is what we're going to talk about today is your entrepreneurship at its greatness, at its fullest. You're a great man in the community. Folks, let me read his bio to you so I can help you understand who I'm talking to, because I know you. I respect you in this community. But other people are like, man, who is that? Who is Jamie Patterson? Well, let me tell you. Jamie Patterson, Mr. Jamie Lamont Patterson is the owner of Subject to Change, in court case say that 5 times fast. Subject to Change Incorporated in Raleigh, North Carolina. His company offers original, imaginative style and design options to those with unique apparel and promotional product needs. Patterson's company is in its 20th year of business. 20 years, folks. 20 years, brick and mortar. Jamie is an active brother of Beta Phi chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated and National Eagle Scouts Association, the NCCU Alumni Association 40 Under 40 co-chair, and he is the past president of the NPHC Durham Orange County chapter. Mr. Patterson is a native of Red Springs, North Carolina. What y'all say? Red Springs? What y'all?
Red
Anyway, we get
Springs.
to And he attended North Carolina Central University for his undergraduate degree in sports management, as well as a master's degree in athletic administration. He does a great deal of business consultation, podcasting, public speaking. In his free time, Jamie enjoys cycling, golfing, and reading. He is married to Faith Bynum Patterson and father to Miss Madison Lindsay. Lindsay. I said it.
Yeah, man.
Folks, this is Jamie, man. Mamie, you have a tremendous, resume of doing great work in the community, but it all started, man. You started in Red Springs.
Yeah.
Man, tell people what it's like growing up from a small town with big dreams, man.
You know what? I thought about this today, as a matter of fact. Red Springs, I thought in my brain we had 10,000 people when I was there. I'm completely wrong. Our population now is like 3,500 people, which lets you know
Wow.
how small that town is. My graduating class, we had 198 seniors, so that's in class of 95.
Wow.
So I'll tell you this, man. I'm country, right? But it's a different kind of country. So we had Native Americans in my town, Lumbee, and then we had black
Yep.
and white. My town, everybody had a sibling, at least one. My only friend that didn't have a sibling was Courtney. He didn't have like a brother or sister. They let you know how old we were and how Southern we are in that number. Couldn't date my friend's sister. That's why they date the Lumbees.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how. So when I got to Durham, I'm like, yo, where are the Lumbees at? You know Lumbees, Doc? There's more
Hey,
prettier black girls. It's like, oh, I'm with that. But yeah,
yeah,
I've always, you know what it was that got me out of here was, you know, a lot of these shows we was watching, of course, Cosby Show and Different
yeah,
World. It showed me
yeah.
what college was, and I always had an affinity for these sophomore films. They come out those
Hmm.
comedies about college, and it was like, so where do you go? I'm leaving here. I can't stay here.
You're
I have to
right,
get out of
right.
Red Springs. So where am I going? I'm going to Fayetteville State? Am I going to Central? Where am I going? I decided to go to Central because my uncle, he decided to go to Central in '69. So
Mm,
I followed him. My other uncle followed him. So I'm like, yeah, I have safety and security with my uncle being up here. So I decided to come to Central. And when he told me it was 17 girls to every one man, I said, I can make it work. I can make that work. I can
yeah.
make that work. So
Oh,
it was knowing that I needed to get out of Red Springs and to see some stuff. I was exposed early and I was challenged
hmm,
early. I was in the Boy Scouts. So that's the thing that really made me different from everybody. It was my
right.
exposure via Boy Scouts. I'm an Eagle Scout. So it was that thing that made me go, you know what, I am different and I'm happy to be different.
Right,
That's what made
right.
me go, oh, I'm out of here. And y'all know I'm out of here. When you see me around,
Yeah.
like, why are you still here? Like, you have to me, I'm out. I never cared to be here. I mean, no disrespect, but I'm supposed to be someplace else. And I understood that early.
Right.
And it was through the exposure of those things that got me out of there.
Man, look, exposure. I would hope for more kids. I mean, let me back up. That entire area, Fayetteville,
Mhm.
Rayford, Red Springs,
Yeah.
Lumberton, anything in that area, that Lumbee experience is there. You're gonna run into somebody who's Native American around it. So
Mhm.
I got you there. But then almost having that, what we call small mind mentality. Some people just get stuck into it because they don't get the exposure. If you don't have the
And so,
exposure, then you're blind to what you can actually really be out here into this world. And I hate it for some folks. I just like, you look back at them one thing, why you still here? First question, why didn't you dream big? But sometimes they just locked in, but it's
mhm.
beautiful to hear that your uncles and but like Boy Scouts, you probably went to they used to have that big Boy Scouts thing in Raleigh. You used to go to that too? 'Cause I
No,
know I
we didn't
did.
go that far up. We didn't go that far north. We went to a town called Tar Heel, North Carolina. So we went to Camp
Okay.
Bowers. So that was our big
Oh, okay.
jamboree thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went
That's
out
good though,
east
man.
a little bit. Yeah.
I didn't even know. I just knew they were like, all right, you got a meeting on Tuesday. I
I
was a
was
Cub
on
Scout. I wasn't a Boy Scout.
I was
I
on
had the
Monday.
orange. Oh man, I had the orange jersey. I still remember that little orange jersey with a little
Orange.
patch
I was
right
blue
here.
and gold. What are you talking about?
Ah,
Orange? Huh?
nah, that Boy Scouts was blue and gold. Cub Scouts is orange. I had an orange shirt. Then you grew up to the Boy Scouts. Maybe it's changed. Anyway, we ain't even got to debate that because I know I quit when somebody kicked some food in my little hot pocket, in my little stew beef
What was that?
meal on the fire because we thought we was camping in the backyard of a daycare. Like boy, the black Boy Scouts is way different than the white Boy
Oh, listen, I was in the Black Boy Scouts. I was in the Black Boy Scouts. We had white scoutmasters, but
Okay.
we were all black.
Oh man,
There was one kid who
imagine
started with
Boy
us. His
Scouts.
name was also Jamie, and he quit too, but he was white. But doing my whole thing was it's two Eagle Scouts that came out of Red Springs. They're both black. Me and Edward State.
Imagine a pastor and a few guys your daddy hang out with being your Boy Scout masters, and
I already
they dressed in
said.
slacks, fishnet with a gold chain. All right, y'all, we're gonna come together and yo, he smell like liquor.
I could already see
I,
that.
was like- I said, boy, these black men trying to get back to the community after they get drunk. Like, come on now.
Come on, man.
You only did because your daddy homeboy is the scoutmaster. Like, oh man, here
And
we
he
go.
got he
I
got the he
got
got
you.
the Hennessy, so he might as well go on over to Jeffrey.
Right.
We got the Hennessy.
Exactly. We gonna drink in the parking lot while they in there meeting.
That's real.
Man. Oh man, I done got us off subject. So that experience alone though, but it's still an experience. At least we
Mhm.
did something. At least I wasn't home. At least I wasn't in the
Mhm.
streets. We doing something. So I'm glad that you had that same experience. What I want to ask you is, who would you say is the most inspirational person in your life, even at that time, and kind of still kind of resonates to you to this day for who you
My mom always let me go. Like, you go. You can
are?
go do your thing. And she never questioned me because she knew I was trying to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
He allowed me to be myself. I didn't have to change up much. She asked me questions about what I wanted to do. She was involved and the best she could
Right.
with her time because she had 3 kids. So got to work. She worked at Belk for about 18 years, and then when we went to college, she got a good job, as she says, good job working for the Postal Service. So she had
That's good
always
money back
given
then.
the time she could to her children, and that's my mom. Because a lot of people, when you listen to their stories, it's like, so why are you here? It's because, in my opinion, my mother allowed me to go venture. Young, I saying go in the streets, but go look over there, right? And that thing turned to
Yeah.
that thing for me. So I went to camp a lot as a kid, not just Boy Scouts. It was football camp, basketball camp, and I went to this Christian camp up in Raleigh, New Life Christian Camp. Now imagine letting I think I was maybe a freshman in high school, whatever age that was. I could go for free because all I had to do was write, I think, notes or whatever to the camp, and it was a correspondence, and they would grade me, and at the end of the thing, I could go. But imagine letting your kid just go to some camp. No, she let me go for 4 years. So to me, it was her wanting to allow me to go and do what I wanted to do and never question. She would take me to these camps. Like I remember I had to go to Carolina for camp, but then I also had a track state meet the same day. So that take me to the camp and then get me, believe it or not, it was at Carolina. It was crazy how it worked out. It was
Wow.
Upward Bound. It was Upward Bound. I'm
Yeah.
completely off. I'm wrong, dog. I'm wrong. But I did have to go to Carolina, but I also had to state meet, so they had to get me from this event over to the track meet. So it was stuff like that I imagine that with Madison is like, what would I do as a parent? That's why I'm so like, yeah, you want to go over here? Let's go. I have no problem taking my daughter wherever she wants to go because my mom and my grandparents did it for me and my sisters.
Yeah.
So my inspirational person is my mom.
And I love the enablement of curiosity, because that curiosity, it just helps you understand. I like it, I don't like it, but now you're
But you
building
allow me
so
to see
much skin. Exactly. She allow you to see it, allow you to get in there and test the temperature. Like my daughter wants to do karate. Try it. Go ahead.
see.
You might like it, you might not. Right now, the teachers love her. She's like, I want to do karate, daddy. Hey, you like it? I love it. Be a karate master. I also want to be a teacher. I want to be. Go ahead, try it
That's it.
all. Keep
That's it.
trying it. I could be like, I don't want to be that naysayer that most people have. You ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna like it. You're
Right.
not. But that stuff right there pulls you back and stunts your
does.
growth. So, man, kudos to parents. Kudos to your mom, man, because man, we're gonna get into it because you've done something. Man, I read your bio, but there's some more things you've done, man, that are impressive across the board, man. Starting a business together. And let me go into the title. So, folks, the title for Jamie Patterson is Creating Opportunities as an Entrepreneur. So we're going to talk about some questions around that, just understanding the entrepreneurial journey. I do talk about people getting careers, but I want to talk about being an entrepreneur. That's really important, especially to African-American folks. If you can do it, if you want to do it, if you have a dream and a desire, this is an important time. After this election, this is an important time to start getting your stuff together.
Crucial, bro.
That's crucial. Crucial. So, man, give me, I know you on your Instagram is so lit the way you give it. You have given your 20th anniversary, you're giving storyline, but I'm watching every day just laughing about the stories and things that you had. It's almost a documentary. You need to put a documentary about this. You probably do got one. I don't know. Yeah. So I'm laughing and looking and listening to your story, how you get started. I mean, as a brief synopsis here, brief overview, man, tell the people, what inspired you to create Subject to Change? And it's so impactful in the Durham region, possibly in North Carolina.
It goes to, some people have gifts. My gift is I'm a friend. Well, I'm not the smartest, but I know I got a bunch of people I can lean on. So what that implies is I'm a member of Omega Psi Phi, and our sister organization is Delta Sigma Theta. So we're cool with the Delta wherever we go, whether it's at Carolina or even at Duke. And I have plenty of friends through all of these groups all throughout the country. And here's the story. One fateful Wednesday, Zach Hawkins and I, who's the state rep here in North Carolina, District 31, we are at our friend Karen's house, who's a Delta. We are watching her. She had the big screen TV. They have a house right across the street from Central. Her brother and herself stayed in their grandmother's home while they were in undergrad. And she allowed me and Zach to watch that big ass TV. And I mean big. That was the treat. Like, yo, let's go to Karen's house. So we went over to her house. We played Carolina. I'm a Duke basketball fan. And we watched the game, and there we go, me and you. We watched the game,
Only two.
and we like, yeah. So at this time, I'm in grad school now. No. Zach is in grad school. I'm graduated 2 years removed. I'm just an adult with a master's degree out here working. I was working as what they call it, QP, quality professional, QC or something like that. Badass kids in school. I would have to go to school with those kids. I'm not doing much with my master's degree. So Zach and I, after the game, Duke won. Let's go to campus to the bonfire for old time's sake, because we're old enough to like, why are y'all old people here, but young enough to give it a shot. So we just go over there to kick it, and we run into Nakia and Kelly, who are best friends. Nakia's a Delta from Duke, and we're the Q, so those are our friends. We talk to them, and we're just kicking it with them, and we're celebrating. This is 04. Somebody walked by with a shirt on and said, "For a good time, call this number," and we laughed. But in that moment, the kid said, "Hey, we have a company. We just started a t-shirt company." Not because remember, I wasn't doing anything. Can we curse on here?
Yeah, I can believe it out or cut it out. It don't matter. Cuss all you want.
I'm not gonna curse too bad, but I was like, I ain't doing shit with this master's degree. But it just came out like, if you asked me how to start a company at that time in 04, I wouldn't have an answer for you. How do you start that? So she had already started the company. Would been a day or a week is more than I've ever more than I was gonna do. And I asked her, and she said, no. She said no. I was like, okay. And that was pretty much the end of it. But we went on to their house and watched the movie, kicked it, and went on about our lives. That was in February. She called me back in June to ask if I was still interested, because the other guy that they did have, it was Nakia, Kelly, and the other guy. He didn't understand business. He had the same kind of people I had, but I understood business. My minor is in business administration. I do understand business. But how you start on stuff, that takes somebody with a mindset to really get stuff and start. Oh, you need to get this and that. So it was at that moment. I never looked back. From that phone call, I'm here because of that phone call. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. So what I brought to the group was the ability to find friends and people. I had people, resources. Not that they didn't, but they had the skill set to get a license, file the name, patents. I'll tell you what you need the most if you're an entrepreneur, selling shirts. You don't get the shirts from Walmart, Mark. You don't get the shirts from Walmart. My dumb ass was thinking you get the shirts from Walmart. No, you got a distributor, LLC. Then you get a bank account, and then you put the bank account, and then you call the distributor and put your stuff in there with them, and now you get it at a lower price. So I'm telling you, like, people don't understand how cumbersome those first few steps are in business entrepreneurship. But what I brought to them was the know-how. Like, I'm a fish to water. If you show me how to do it, I can figure out the next step. So, like I said, I knew people, and our first big customer was Central, the sound machine, the March sound machine. Just imagine that's 300 shirts off the rip. 100?
Yeah.
Not 50, 20, no, 300. So we did a small order with Neal Middle School, but we learned how to print shirts. We had a heat press machine. We had a printer. Ordered the prints, had the heat press machine. That's a shirt. Shirts, printer, that's your shirt. You get a sheet of paper with the design on it, lay it down, heat press it, and that's a shirt. And like I said, our first big order was 300 shirts, and they got front, back, and sleeve marked. So that's now 9 shirts. 369 got touched that one shirt 3 times. So we soldiered through all those orders and things. I mean, I can go on for days about that, but yeah, we started in 04. Now here is 2024. Moved from Durham to Raleigh in 19. And like I said, I'm telling my story now on our YouTube page and our Instagram and all those other platforms. But it's not just been t-shirts. It's been like promotional products is what we found. Those are the other items that we get sold. So like wristbands and lapel pins, all those other items you can think of that you put a name on. We've done them all over the years. So we've worked in the Durham community. We have stuff over in Africa, believe it or not. Seen stuff in Africa. So
wow,
it's been a quick 20 years. I give you that.
I would say so. I mean, but in that journey, you had ups and downs. You had trials and tribulations, man. What would you say has been I'm trying to figure out the best way to put it, because I mean, you always in business going to go through stuff. Yeah, just What would you say has been the biggest hiccup that you faced in the business game? I mean, just learning it because I mean, I know I don't know if you had any mentors. Networking was there. You had your own
Mhm.
personality and skills applied, but then now you hit your first real hump. It's like, what do I do? How do I get over this?
I think it probably was money.
Mm,
But how we structured the business was if you ordered if you ordered something, we could only start when you gave us a deposit. But
mm,
then that's your Mark Thompson order. But if say North Carolina Central University ordered something, they use purchase orders. Basically,
yeah.
we had to produce that stuff and then wait.
Yo.
So imagine, okay, you get an order, you do all the legwork. Okay, you want 100 shirts, you want 100 water bottles, and you want 100 lapel pins, whatever that math is. We send them an invoice, a quote. They in turn give us a purchase order. So say the number is $3,000. It costs us,
Hmm.
say, $1,800 to produce it, and our profit is the rest, right? We have to come up with that money to produce the product, then wait 30 days to
Yeah.
get paid.
Yep.
So it took us a very long time to understand the power of credit
Mm.
cards. I didn't get to
Yes,
that till
sir.
much later. I just like, oh, it was sitting there the whole time because I didn't understand credit. I would ask, or I would tell anybody, if you're going to ask me what to do first, understand credit, man, how to use it as a business entrepreneur. Yo, use credit because it's called receivables. Yeah, I got money
Hmm.
coming in when it comes in because those are
Right.
contracts and they have to do the whole due diligence part. I would say our first big, which is everybody's thing, but dealing with purchase order because it's out there. It's plenty of money
Right.
in promotional products. It's a money game. You have to wait.
Yeah.
It's like planting the seed and then you come back and it finally arrives. I check the
Yeah.
mailbox like finally because I do
Yeah.
have some checks still coming in. It's like I've been waiting for this because I got to pay for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Pay for
got to
the
go
next
get
big
that
thing.
now. So it's always something out there to be
Mhm.
produced, and I have to find ways to secure procurement. You got to find the money.
Yeah.
So
Let
I say our first big bump was understanding money.
that's a big piece in that. And I want to add to this as far as because I get a lot of questions about this and people ask me, I guess because I started going in the entrepreneurial realm, like I'm an expert. No, I just figured I'd jump into it too. So I'm learning the ropes
Yeah,
as well. But one of the questions a lot of people ask me is, when do I quit my job? And I'm like, well, I know what I'm gonna do. Because I definitely want to double or triple my income on this side before I can just leave this
right.
job because I still got bills to pay. What was that like for you? When did you make that decision? Like, I'm not working over here anymore. This is full time t-shirt. This is me.
Believe it or not, I have a story for that. I had a car. It's in one of my things there. But here's what happened, Mark. I had a job. I had one job in my career, and I was working with the Durham Bulls. I was an intern for 1 year, the 2005 season, and
Mm,
it went from January to September. And in November, I had a job with Lockheed Martin. It was like a temp job. And I remember getting fired on Thanksgiving Day because I was doing subject to change work on their computers. But I couldn't find a
well,
job from November to like January. And the only reason I really had that job, Mark, because I had a car. I had a Mustang. I had a
mhm,
2003 Mustang, 5-speed. The car was $8,000. I put
mhm,
$2,000 down. And they repossessed it for the last time. I still owe $5,000 in, you know, with years left to spare. It was really bad. So
mhm.
when my car got repossessed for the last time, and that's real life, and it wasn't because I wasn't paying the car note, it's because the insurance was so damn high. Insurance was
Yeah.
$200. It's like I'm not that bad of a person. I did not bad of a driver. I did not look around for. They saw me coming from a mile away. They knew I was a
Mm,
dummy, and I didn't shop for my own insurance.
right.
So my insurance, the car note was $300, and insurance was $200. When the internship was over, I couldn't find another temp job. My car had gotten repossessed 2 times already for the insurance, not the car note.
Mm,
Car note, the car people and the insurance people were in cahoots. So when my car got repossessed for the last time, I went to get the stuff out of it, and I looked on the list, and it's like you realize that all these people up here are suckers. So I
mm,
was in a depression. I was in a depression for a week. And
mm,
my line brother Philip Terry came in my room and said, "Hey man, you got to get up out of this shit. This is your
right.
chance. You can finally be a full-time entrepreneur." And I woke up like you need to watch wrestling. You see the Undertaker when he
The
get up towards the
Undertaker.
end of the match. I woke up like, oh, that's it. This is my chance. I don't have this. It was an albatross. That car note was holding me back. So
Wow.
call my mom. Hey mom, I need to borrow. I need if you could give me your what country? So it's plenty of cars. If you from the South, you understand there's some cars. Dog, it's
in the
cars
back, in
everywhere.
the backyard.
Don't get the good one. You get the one. So she had a rodeo, a Zuzu rodeo. It was a nice car. It was on work vehicle. So she said, you can take the rodeo because I got something else. So she let me get that rodeo. My homegirl Tiff, we went down there and picked it up. At that moment, I was a full-time entrepreneur because there was nothing. Oh, the car's paid for. All I do is gas. My bills then became rent and gas, cell phone, and what power and whatever, all the other stuff. But that albatross at that time of $500 a month just for that car and the upkeep of it was holding me back. It's timing. I have to be clear about it. It's timing because if I had a child or a very serious relationship, it wouldn't work. I was at the point where I had wasn't dating anybody seriously. I could be delusional enough to think that this would work. I had a good base because my partners were on top of that stuff. Kelly was working at Duke. The kid was working at Hosen. Kid was planning to go to get her master's from Fordham, her BA from Fordham. So they had their base. I just had to get my stuff together. And it was at that moment like, hey, y'all, I'm full time now. But it took somebody to show me that this is your chance. My line brother Philip said, look, man, this is your chance. And it turned from there. So it was one, timing, two, resources, my mom and, family and friends to get me to turn my head. Now it's time. You say you want to do it. Now's your chance. So if I did have a quote unquote good job, I would have never been in this position anyway. I wouldn't have thought to start a business. You got to be in a position to be delusional enough to think, the word is think, that you could do it. To think that you could even consider doing that. So it was time and opportunity for me because that car got repossessed and I was just so hurt over it. But God decided otherwise.
Boy, let me tell you something. I'm up here trying to put a recipe together. So I wrote down time and networking, mentoring your tribe, and all of that. You have to have the right amount of crazy with that great combination to actually build a business. And it's not necessarily crazy, but think about it. I mean, Elon Musk's dream. I mean, what's the Amazon guy? Garage. He was in his garage.
Jeff
He
Bezos.
dreamed. Jeff Bezos, so you got these people out here. I mean, even rap artists, singers, you got to dream and think outside. I don't know if everybody's seen that Pharrell Brick by Brick Lego movie, but it is good because he is, he talked about his dreaming.
I read Timbaland's book and he was talking about how he and Pharrell, they were once in a group together. Was it Idiots in a Room? All the idiots. Those guys are very inspirational because you do have to, and they work on their craft. So I'm real cool with Knife Wonder, and to watch him work in his studio. 30 beats, and he got 30 beats by Thursday. So I took on that mentality when I learned how to design. I didn't know how to design, but I learned how to design. I realized I needed knocking out designs. So if you ask me to come up with something, I have no problem, turning it on. I don't have to find any inspiration. It's a muscle.
Yeah.
It's like a shot. Okay, I got you. Here you go.
Yeah.
So I learned, looking around me, and perfect example is Timberland and Pharrell. Those guys working hard. We don't even recognize it. They're in that studio working. They're working that muscle out.
Yeah. The passion behind it that creates the obsession behind something that becomes simple, man. That it ends up becoming art. Like I know you produce so much at this point. You can what you need. And it should be like that because that's how a business should be. You got to take everything that you have as your gifts, put it together in the automation, and then make it flow into a way that money is coming in, and all you have to do is say, okay, what else do you need? And I think that's where people stretch themselves too early in business, and that's how they get overwhelmed. But entrepreneurship is hard. Well, it's always going to start off hard, but you got to work hard to that grind until you get in that steady flow. That steady flow says you made it, you got it. But I know you probably have some projects to push yourself because you want to do more things. Obviously, you want more income coming in, but you got to be strategic about it. So,
management,
man, this is good because we don't really talk about a lot of business opportunities and entrepreneur, but I do get these questions, and I said this is the perfect time to get folks on here to really build that up. Let me ask you this: I'm gonna step outside now. Now, every day you come into work, what is the day in the life of Jamie Patterson when it comes to substance change and any other endeavors? So right now, you said you were involved in so many other programs, and you're a dad. How you manage that, man? What do you do?
Believe it or not, it's your phone. my phone.
Mm.
So it's how you communicate as well. I prefer email. And what I mean is, please don't call
No, you
me
don't.
with what you want, because I'm going to ask you to put it in email because you wrote it, I read it, and I can read it over and over and over again and refer back to it. If you tell me
As
something,
long as it's not too long, because you hate
listen,
books.
if it's too many words, when you get old, I'm living in my soft life, dog. When you get too old, I'm not reading all that. As an entrepreneur, you have to find what you're gonna do, what you're not gonna do. I'm not gonna read all that. I'm not reading all that, Mark. Mark sent me an email, y'all, with all these words. I don't like a lot. Listen, I told him, get to it. I don't mean to rush you, but give me the ending first. So
Right.
I use my phone a lot. So when I get up, say don't check, man, I'm checking the hell out of that phone. What came in? I have an employee, so he's here at 9. I may get in around 10:30, 11, and I've already checked my email. I don't have to, quote unquote, be by a phone or anything. And I do have a representative here in the office for me, which is Andrew. So if you come by to pick something up, Andrew's here. I share office space with my wife, so she has an accounting or CPA firm, excuse me. She's on one side of the floor, just 7 employees on her side, and I have one employee here, and we do a lot of stuff. I'm looking for a business administrator. The one we did have, we had to find other resources, so we in the market for a business administrator. But when I do get up, check my phone, get to the office, and get to work. What do we have? What's coming in? What's going out? It's basically making sure stuff comes and goes, it lands.
Right.
Of course, we got to design and all the other stuff, but it's coming up with ideas and things like that. Then you got to, check your money, what's coming in, what's cleared, what credit card is looking like. So it's basically just making sure you check. Thank God for this tool here, the phone. So I get through a lot just by managing my time properly. Wife and I were talking about, she just read a book about that, how you manage your time. So set a bunch of alarms. I've had enough of this. It's time to go on to this now. Because I would work till 9 o'clock at night, but I got a wife now, so I got to get up out of here.
Right.
So my cutoff time is 6. So I'll work, and then I'll head to the gym, and then I do the gym for about an hour, and then get home by 7:30. 7:30, we talk for about an hour, and then watch some shows or whatever. It's time for bed. Now, during that time, I do have a TV here, so I'm entertained. So as far as any other thing, it's time, like I have a football game tomorrow, so I'm leaving here at like 5, maybe 4 to see Central play Howard tomorrow. So it's about time management, and then of course having that tool and pulling it up, and you can send an email from a phone, boy. I tell you that all day.
Right.
Now,
Right.
I got it down to where I could probably send you a design if I have enough patience from the phone. But my tool, or what I use the most, is my phone. So that's how I get through a lot of stuff, is just managing time and using proper tools.
Man, until I started using my alarms to tell me when to stop doing and when to start doing stuff, that was the time that my life changed. I mean, I have go work out, go do some work, go eat, take your vitamins. We get take your vitamins, go eat lunch. Because if I don't have that on there, it'll be 2:30. I'm like, man, I ain't even eat or work out or drink water.
Or drink water.
Or drink water. Or drink water. You gotta have your substances around. Oh man, it's crazy. It's not crazy, but it does organize. It's not even about being old. I don't care what age you are. When you get focused and you get busy, you forget about life and you stress yourself out so much. All of that is to actually release stress and to actually. I go for a walk. I leave the house. I go to the grocery store at least 3 times a week. People are like, what you doing? I'm down. Just buying stuff, whatever I need, taking a little walk, breathing, taking those breaks. And you got to do that whether you have a job or whether you're in entrepreneur space. You got to take those breaks. Otherwise, you will stress yourself out, man. So really, it boils down to that organization to really be able to do more, So, with that being said, let's take a commercial break. All right, we're back. So, man, great stuff. Your business is booming. Stuff is going. I want to talk about, you talked about this earlier. You said you got a gift of making friends. So you've joined a lot of organizations. I got to imagine that this has definitely helped you boom in more of your business success with knowing so many people. I mean, the networking, the fraternities. I see you at every conclave,
Yep.
selling shirts, every bit. I mean, you got a lot of
Mhm.
competition out there doing it, but man, you're doing some amazing stuff, man. How does that extend itself in other areas as well? I'm pretty sure joining with your wife, you got more business.
Well, here's the thing about being these fraternities and sororities. These people aren't quote unquote average people. These people with some, some give and some, these are just not teachers. These are, superintendents. These are professors.
Mm-hmm.
These are
Mm-hmm.
people who are in
Black
charge of a
job.
lot, real black jobs. So it's the carrot is the shirt. Yeah, here's a beautiful shirt. Yes. But who are you, right? So
Mm-hmm.
my job is to then, why am I going out to then? Because we three ways to make money in a business. So one way is to vend, to go out and sell your wares, right? Some stuff that they don't know our website. Of course, we get to meet new people, but when I meet them, I'm meeting them. I'm talking to people. I'm not to each and every person, but it's to those that I can get a second to speak with, is to ask them, well, what's going on? Who are you? In so many words, whatever the words you want to use. What up, dog? Where you from? What you doing out there? Okay, great. And then I insert self, like, how could I find myself working together
Right.
with you in this capacity? So it's then putting my name on the line because I say I can produce it. Well, because everybody got a man. I got a guy who could do that. Well, I'm a
Exactly.
lot of people's guy. I got a
Yeah.
guy. I know that. However, can they do it like we do? Here's documented
Mm-hmm.
evidence of our work. Look how nice these things turned out. Check this stuff out. This is unique. It's not just a traditional t-shirt. This is some dope stuff. And it's
Right.
functional. My thing is functionality. I don't care to just be all crazy. I want it to be utility wear. Like I want to wear this over
Yeah.
and over again because it looks good on me. I
Exactly.
care about it. So I don't believe in gaudy stuff, but I had a thought, why am I always out? It has to be a reason. Or what's your why? It's to meet new people.
Mm-hmm.
These people aren't just run of the mill folk. And not there's anything wrong with run of the mill folk, but it's also to say that, to know the mayor of your city in this capacity says something.
Right.
It's like, Leo's an alpha, so I'm going where the alphas are.
Mm-hmm.
He's the mayor of a major city, right?
Right.
So it's to say that the state representative is the homies. Zach is our state rep, but he's also my homie. And I understand
Right.
what he may have a need for in his district or any other people in that way. So it's not lost on me why I'm going. I'm going there to meet people and
Mm-hmm.
impress them and put my name on the line because all I really do have is this, my reputation. So you can't
Right.
say that he didn't produce. I'm gonna produce.
Mm-hmm.
I do it my way. Like, please send me an email so I won't mess it up. Like,
Yeah. Right.
send me an email,
Right.
I'm gonna do it right. Right. You can call me and make changes. I'm gonna ask you politely. Please do it this way. So the reason why I'm in these groups is because it's people. My thing is people.
Mm-hmm.
Some folk don't care to meet or I'm all in the mix. What's the what's the next thing? What is
Mm-hmm.
the new thing? And it's
Yeah.
understanding that using my reputation to affect others it serves me well.
Mm-hmm. It
Yeah, to be a
does.
stand-up
It
gentleman,
does.
just to be a stand-up guy. I say I'm gonna do it. It's done. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm in these groups and organizations. It does populate and it does help us. So we do have subject to change, but my wife and I started Beth My Couture, which is our
Mm-hmm.
ladies brand, and we have
Mm-hmm.
an AKA license and a Delta license. So that's
Oh,
two
wow.
more populations of folk that we get to introduce
Oh,
ourselves to.
man, if Kamala would have won, you would have been, I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
Nah, we'd have been making plans to be in DC on the
Yeah.
on one.
Yeah. On
Yeah,
one,
for
selling
real.
all
So
types of AKAs. Oh, wow. Man, that's incredible, bro. Because
we
I'm sitting
got it.
here
We
thinking,
got it. We got it all. And Delta stuff.
just one of the things we talk about all the time is that your network is your net worth. And going back to what we talked about, your mom helped you build this curiosity. This is an important piece to entrepreneurship. Curiosity. Like if you don't have it, you're going to be in a corner thinking somebody's just going to come to you because you created it. And I've experienced that too. You know
Million.
how you create something beautiful. You got this design. You say, oh man, I put 5 hours in this joint. You put it out there and you wait and nobody's buying it because you ain't promoted it. You didn't talk to nobody. You didn't tell nobody. You didn't push it. You didn't
You didn't
speak.
market
You
that
didn't
thing at all.
network. You didn't find your group of people who want what you have. You didn't find a problem and solve it. All you did was put T-shirt design. Didn't solve nothing. People can get T-shirts anywhere, right? Or people can get
And
your service anywhere. But
Yeah.
how do they come to you and say, "I want you to do it"? And I think that's a skill. It's a skill, but it's needed if you want to be an entrepreneur. Definitely.
It's a huge skill. Yeah, because it's one thing to say you marketed something, but to truly market something requires a bunch of forethought and follow through. That's the other part people don't recognize. Normally in entrepreneurship is follow through. You can't come up with this beautiful plan or produce this amazing item and then have no follow through. So it requires a following up with customers too. So if you have for instance, you have an order inquiry here. Some orders, man, you got to take a long time to just poking at it, or touching it. Bump this up to the top of your email. I mean, it requires a lot. So you could be selling widgets, but the job is the job. You still got to be able to follow up with your customers, potential customers, and make them customers, and then churn them again because they got this thing last year. You wanted it again this year, and then look for new customers.
Yeah,
and then create bigger projects. So it's one of those things where you have to always be busy. Always be closing too. We're always thinking. So it's always something to do.
It's almost like the same mindset as these producers, man. Well, I would say you have to be creative because if you have one idea, I mean, I've heard this from a friend of mine who said you got to have 7 concepts into your business to actually bring in some income. 7 sources at least as you're thinking about what you want to produce. Because if oh man, I want to make potato chips and I'm just gonna make plain.
There you go. That's one SKU, right?
That's just one. It ain't gonna last. Everybody gonna be like,
you gotta give it salt.
You ain't got no salt and vinegar.
You gotta come up with 10 different SKUs.
You're right. So that you gotta be creative. And like I said, the next person I get married to, they'll find out I'm very creative. I've never run out of ideas for my ex-wives, my girlfriends, or anybody. Never running out of ideas. I got Christmas, birthday, same thing. Next thing, what you? Because I'm just a creative person. I think, I create, I move, and then there's a big piece. It is, man. It's like, man, I see people today, they struggle with it. So I think if anybody out there right now who's thinking about being an entrepreneur, you need to write a lot of stuff down. I think, and this is a good segue. We got ChatGPT. It's a cheat code. Oh my God, it's a cheat code. If you're not using it now, if you're not figuring out solutions, it can help you come out with some ideas about what you want to do. So I want to ask you that question, man. You started in the beginning. We didn't have ChatGPT. We didn't have social media, and you built this business like that. So what was the struggle and also the differences between then and now when it comes to marketing, advertising, and putting your business out?
But then we like to suggest we didn't have those things. You just had good old fashioned knowledge and a little bit of internet because it was like
no MySpace page.
Definitely had a MySpace page, and I was proud of my first Facebook invite. Thanks to Nakia Hansen gave me my invite. That lets you know how old we are. And it took a lot of passion really because there was nothing out there to pull back. There were a lot of seminars. Seminars was a big thing back in the day where you would find the company that could produce some screen printed sheets for you, and you would go there and listen to how they make the stuff. Now it's like you get that stuff off of you can get direct to garment prints off of Instagram, right? But do you trust them?
Yeah.
Right? Do you trust that? Do you have the right machine to produce it, right? The heat press. Do you have the access to the shirts? That's if you want to make your own stuff. But because you could always get somebody to produce all of it, right? And then you resell it. But then how are you gonna take the money? I was around when somebody had to have faith in you and like you take the of their credit card and then go run it. And then go run it. Right. And I remember, I had to I had a pen and ran across the face of his credit card, and that's when 2004. I was volunteering at not George Bush. Who was running against George in 2004?
Gore? No, not Gore.
No, Gore was 2000.
No,
So whatever who was it?
I
Got the long
remember.
face, the white dude. He was in the war or whatever.
I know you're talking about. Yeah. Forgot. Yeah.
So, he had campaign.
Kerry, right?
John Kerry.
Yeah, John Kerry.
I had used a shirt that said "Don't vote for W." Remember that White House, they stole the W keys off of all the computers. So I had made a shirt in that type font, "Don't vote for W." It was a big deal at the headquarters, so I was selling those shirts. But people had to leave their credit card information for me to run it. And I had to run over their credit card face. And then, so that whole process now is simple as physically holding your phone up.
Right.
So everything is faster, quicker, but do you have the ability to stick with it is the question. Can you pivot, right? People pivot too soon, if you really want to do this. And it doesn't have to just be shirts. I just want to be clear about that. It's so much more than that because promotional products is a lot. So it's one, expanding that. Because, like I said, you can go to China, go to Alibaba to get whatever you want. Can you handle that bulk? You got to order, 100 pieces. 100 ain't a little number. It's a huge number. Shirts. Now you size restricted. You got too many smalls, and we all wear larges over here. We can't wear small.
Right.
So you put all your money in, and now you mad, and you got a loud ass plastic bag that came in.
Yeah.
No presentation, just gave him a shirt. Didn't present it. There's no presentation. So do you have the ability to think and grow and present your brand in a light where people appreciate? That's a word. Appreciate what you've done for them. Because I'll tell you this, I bought my wife a wallet for Christmas, and they gave it to me in a plastic bag. Anything another. Found a better wallet, one she really likes. I don't know, it's called Birkin something, not Birkenstock. She really likes.
Say, boy, good gracious.
Birkin something.
Birkin bags? Nah.
Is it Birkin bag? It's a Birkin bag. Thank you. So she wanted to watch.
No, it ain't. Birkin bag is $80,000. We talking about Hermes. Hermes. Yeah, no, you didn't pay that. You maybe it's we'll talk about it. Yeah, go ahead. It's a purse wallet. It's what black women like.
She wanted to go with her. She got like 4 bags. She wanted to go with her bags. So I went and got the one that I found like this is the one I'm looking for. I took the other one back in this plastic bag. Didn't think nothing of it. But when I got the wallet that she wanted, they gave it to me in a nice bag. Presentation. I was impressed. Like, this is nice. I don't have to do a bunch of extra stuff. I go and put this under the tree. I'm good. So just for that extra whatever, but she wanted that brand. I understood my own business. Like, I understand why I do. So if you get an order from us in the mail, it comes in its own envelope, but I give it to you more than likely. If it's one thing off the website, it's going to be in a teal shoulder bag or whatever. You can use it for shoes or whatever. But the point is my brand is now someplace else. It's not in a plastic thank you bag. So it's presentation. All those things on top of easy it is for people to get started. That's what's new, but what takes you higher are those things that you could produce for people, for them to appreciate what you've done for them. So they'll come back and say, I was excited to get that. I had a customer, she said that her husband told her, I want them green bags again because all my stuff came in those bags. And, he opened the mail for his lady. And it's like, that means something.
Yeah.
She appreciated it. He understands what it is when she got it. It's quality stuff in here. So you can get the stuff from anywhere, but is it quality? Do you care? Because you got it, quote unquote, cheap. Stuff isn't cheap. I refuse. I want you to come back. The money isn't the first, it's the second and third and fourth and fifth. So you can start today, but are you willing to take these steps to make your product better and present it in a light that people can appreciate it?
Man, speaking of steps, let's do a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Unlock the secret to outshining your competition in job interviews. Our course will teach you the mindset that turns job interviews into dream job offers. Ever wondered how some people effortlessly ace job interviews while you struggle to make an impression? Mark Thompson, founder and interview expert, has been in your shoes. After years of mastering the art of interviews, he has cracked the code. Now you can learn this code through our course at Career Transformation Academy. Our online course, The Blueprint to Landing Your Dream Job, is a game changer. It goes beyond traditional interview tips to provide you with a mindset makeover. We'll show you how to turn every job interview into a golden opportunity. What's truly valuable is the shift in mindset. We're not just preparing you for interviews. No, we're preparing you for a lifelong journey of career success. So are you ready to take this first step towards your dream job? Book a free session with an interview expert today at www.careertransformationacademy.com. Let's unlock your potential and set you on the path to success with the blueprint to landing your dream job. Don't wait, okay? Your dream career is just a click away. Click on the link in the description and we'll talk to you soon.
My brother, we'll go ahead and get ready to wrap all of this up, man. But I want to talk about, do you have any mentors? I know I have several, but do you have any mentors that you look up to for guidance in business, personal life, marriage? I mean, you got all of them, daddy.
So many mentors that I'm proud of myself for painting them. And a lot of times, Mark, a lot of times people don't even know that I'm listening. That for us be talking, I say that. I have a lot of men of Omega Psi Phi that I listen to. And they may not know it, but I'm listening. And I'm taking what they are laying on me. One of my main mentors is my dean, Mandrick Lewis. He's an entrepreneur himself. He's been in business now for maybe 25 years. Quality Care Solutions. My line brother, Philip Terry, he's younger than me, but he's my mentor. I listen to what Philip has to tell me because he had an older family. His family's older, so they have a lot of wisdom. Business, it was gentleman Bill Dugan worked at. He owned By the Billboards. He just sold it. He was telling me stuff that I didn't even realize that people were doing. One example was anybody cares so much about a product is because they don't have time. Like if you order a batch of something from me, right, a bunch of shirts, and you go through each one, you're checking that for quality control and not just like a sample, that means that you ain't got nothing to do at work all day. It's like, oh, I get it. I had a lady sit there. I had to sit with her for an hour. She went through each one. It's like, oh, this is crazy.
Wow.
But Bill had told me, hey, man, any lady that do that, he told me previously for some random reason. So, plenty of mentors out there. A lot of times people don't even know half the time. I mean, not look like it. I got a good friend, Travis Melvin, that we both know. It's a mentor. Maury Spencer, man. It was a mentor. It's a little bit older than me. You don't have to me, it could be for my daughter. If you're giving me knowledge of what you've seen or what you're seeing, that's a mentor. But what you do with it, that's follow through. What are you going to do with that wisdom that you just got from this person? Yeah. So tons of mentors in business, tons of mentors in real life. Yeah. So some of the people I hang around, and I'm listening to them, and I'm giving my wisdom as best I can as well.
Shout out to Maurice Spencer. He was my mentor at Cisco. Just trying to learn
my twin.
Business and business acumen. Man, let me tell you, he gave me some stuff. He showed me one thing. He said, "This is gonna change your life," and it did. It put more money in my pocket. It excelled me out of Cisco, and I'm talking like I like, bro. You don't know how much you changed my life. But then also having a sponsor, I think those are important. People who just see the value in what you can bring to the table and then help you advance that even more. Those are important because those next steps help you dream to the next level. And I think we were kind of alluding to that earlier, is that you go to different levels, but then you got to dream again and you got to dream again.
Oh yeah, you got to keep dreaming.
Reinventing yourself, keep reinventing yourself. So what can we expect from Jamie Patterson and Subject to Change in the next few years, man? I know you got a lot of stuff going.
Right.
You got some, man. I see you at where we saw it. We see you at every game. We see you at the Bayou Classic. Let's talk about that, man. You're on every football field. You're at Central, but you're also on the big stages of a lot of HBCU football games. We got to get you to Colorado next. I mean, that's not HBCU.
You know what? My wife loves Deion Sanders, and my captain brother for Jackson State. So I was out there with Deion and them when he was there at Jackson State. So Terrence Jones, now he's over at Southern Connecticut State University. He's the athletic director there. And I went on all these trips with my Neo. He's my Neo. He's a good brother. I love him to death. He's taken me to the Bayou class. So what we would do was we would go to Alabama State. That's where he's working at. Jennifer Williams. She's now at USA Basketball. We're working at. We would go. I would fly into Alabama. And we would have Thanksgiving at their homecoming was Thanksgiving, Alabama State. So that was crazy for me already. So they're having
Montgomery.
We're having all this stuff here at Alabama at Alabama State. Then we would stay the night, and then we would drive to New Orleans 4 hours, then go to the Bayou Classic and hang out there. I thought that was the coolest. They're going again this year. Since I got married, I just can't be having that much fun.
You can't. No.
How dare you?
What are you thinking about? If you don't bring your black, nah.
Come on home. Like, yes. Yeah.
What?
It was because my love of athletics. I thought it was so the reason why I got my master's in athletics, I thought I would be an athletic director. I saw how much work they did and then no praise for it. So
Yeah.
you can look up the athletic director during the Duke lacrosse case and figure how quickly he got thrown under the bus. He had nothing to do with anything. Him, the president, and the coach all got fired at once. And he's just at home probably eating chicken. And now he's fired because of some what
Right.
some lacrosse kids did. And not that they did anything. They didn't do anything. But my point was like, nah, I'm not looking to do that. I wanted
Right.
to my ultimate goal, Mark, is to own an arena football team because that was a product. When I was working with the Durham Bulls, I understood that you got to sell something. And I love the spirit of athletics because it's never scripted. It's always something different and keeps me involved. I'm watching Xavier versus Jackson State now, TV. But I love athletics and I wanted to own an arena football team. You can't own it by working for someone. That's why I got into true entrepreneurship because I thought to myself, no one's going to write you a check and then you go on the team. No, you have to earn something.
Right.
So when I was working with the Durham Bulls, I sat with guys over there and understood then that I really have to turn this on if I really want to own an arena football team. And now that product, the Arena Football League or the AFL is not a popular brand anymore.
Right.
But there's
Right.
also, just own a percentage of a team. I mean, there are plenty of teams that you just get a minority stake in. So to pivot back to your question, what's on the horizon for us? My wife and I are looking to purchase our own building so we could, do some more out of our own instead of like paying rent because, that's ultimately not what you want to do. And with the way the economy's headed, there's going to be a ton of stuff on the market. So we are looking to, yeah.
It's a great time. Hey, if you're in business,
It's a
I'm telling
wonderful
people
time.
either get into business or find a business, start a business, do so. This is the perfect time to start doing it
Perfect
because
times.
guess
A lot of
what?
companies going to be shuttered after all of this administration gets involved. So
Yeah.
we're looking to do that, of course, expand our brand. Looking to put some stuff in stores now. That's a huge risk because you got to buy that stuff back. I'm looking
Oh,
for a
really?
product that I could put
Wow.
out. Yeah, that's what I really want to do is find a product that I could, just put in our own, sell that. Much like one of my frat brothers, Kwame, over at Spring Break, has those beautiful watches. That's a novel concept, and it works. North Carolina's own, baby.
This is my elementary school. This is where it works. He has everything I've gone to school at. I have my neighborhood, my high
thing about that
school, my
thing.
junior high. Oh my God, I bought them all. It was
Kwame,
smart. It
very smart.
wasn't even a need. It was just
You know what it is, dog? I'm gonna tell you right now.
that's
I'm mad at Kwame because he's speaking at the commission before I do. I'm like, God, you got one up on me, dog. I got to get him on now. I'm gonna go speak at A&T's. That's my real deal. Go speak at A&T's commencement because he's speaking at ours at Central before I
right.
got to him. So it's finding a product that I want to put our brand on and put it in places so we can really get it off. It's just finding that product. But yeah, we're looking to purchase our own building. I mean, this is lovely. We're located in the National Institute of Economic Development, the Entrepreneur Building here in Raleigh. They have a business over in Durham. So we're all tied up in that stuff, but it's beautiful
Right.
in ours.
Right. It's nothing
So
like
we're going to
ownership.
put Bethmont in that building along with Faith Bottom CPAPC, along with Subject to Change, and expand the brand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That's good. That's good thinking. And then probably rent it out to other people, renting spaces. I mean, that's the thing to do
And
now.
rent it out to us. So we need to do the same thing.
Yeah. Do the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Man, well, I wish you luck on that because that's big moves. I mean, you're in position to do it. You've been doing this 20th anniversary for Subject to Change and 20 more. We say we're at the age now, you got to start counting your summers.
You right, dog.
We got to count
I
out
got
something. We
more
got about
behind
30.
me dang there than I got in front of me. I'm 47.
Yeah. Oh, man. But you
Yeah.
don't look 47, man. You still look young, brother.
Appreciate it, dog.
Still look young. What, the dean of, I ain't going to say it. Oh, man, but this is good, man. So tell the folks, people, man, tell them how they can get in contact. If they want to learn, if they want to buy T-shirts. Again, I bought T-shirts from you when I coached Little League football. How can people get in contact with you?
Our website is shops2c.com. That's S, the digit 2c.com. Shops2c.com. On social media is at S2C LLC on all social media, even fan base. So we're even over there. personally, it's Jamie P919 on Instagram, Jamie Patterson on Facebook. So that's us.
Man, hey, everybody go follow him. He's funny. Let me tell you something, man. Jamie, you're a comedian, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn, I should do some stand-up, dog. I should look
You
at
should do some stand up. Just get booed a couple times so you get that off of you, and then get in there and get, because you're gonna get booed. They're gonna be like, who is this? Who is this guy? You know, and then you can do your commencement speech because they're gonna do it to you first.
man, do it to me. Yeah.
But y'all go follow Jamie, man. His stuff is hilarious at the same time. It's informative. The connections, the people that you know. I mean, Omega Sci-Fi. I mean, I at this point I know everybody in the Durham chapter, in the Fayetteville chapter. Everybody thinks I'm a Q, and I'm like, nah, I just know them down.
You went to raggedy ass Richmond. That's
Hey, you gotta make noise like a.
knew a guy that went to Richmond, man. He was when I was working at the Durham Bulls. Like, you're a Richmond Spider. Like, why did y'all pick spiders?
What was his name? What was that?
Got my man's name. That was 19 years ago, 2005.
It might
was
it Chaz Curtis? It might have been him.
He was one of the rich. He was a white guy.
Oh, probably. I want to say Jeff. No, not Jeff. One of the guys. There's a few in this area that I met. But anyway, yeah. I'm gonna strike that from this. We didn't even talk about that on this podcast. But let me go ahead and let everybody know, if you're wanting to catch and see more information, more great podcasts and details that we supply, tips, tricks, strategies, I'm doing it all the time. I'm posting stuff, just trying to let you all know what you can do to be better in your career. If you want to be an entrepreneur, I'm teaching you some things about that as well. You can always follow us on all social media platforms. We are Career Transformation Academy on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and on TikTok. We are the Blueprint by CTA. And if you want to get even deeper into your knowledge, you saw the commercial earlier, but I'm letting you know right now, just go to www.careertransformationacademy.com. We're here to serve you and help you get to the bag. We have the blueprint to show you how to do it the right way and help you expand your career and get some more money. Simple as that. Let's get you some money in your pocket. Jamie, I appreciate you, my good sir, man. This was awesome. Had a great time on this podcast. I think entrepreneurship is beautiful. You are a representative of what that is and beyond. Man, I wish you the best luck and wish you more, man.
Yeah, I'm getting a video now from my Instagram to show that I was doing some work. That's Mark Thompson, y'all I was with before. Yeah, dog. Yeah.
This is good, man. But everybody, to let you know, thank you, Jamie. We're out. Peace, people.
Peace.
All right.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So high up. I'm so full. Deja vu. I've been here before. Say come back down to earth.